Hello everyone, this is Soomin and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my personal thoughts on university. I wasn't gonna make this video, but recently I've been getting quite a lot of DMs and emails from my subscribers asking the reputation of certain university in England. Those questions got me thinking about university in general. But before I make this video, I want to make sure that I do have so much respect for the students who got into the university that is really hard to get into because they worked really hard back in school. They put extra efforts and time to study. They got what they deserve. And I do understand why there are top 10 or top 20 universities in every country. I do understand why people want to get into good university. I couldn't get into the university that everyone thinks it's great, but I still am really proud of myself and I am happy with all of the university that I've been to. If you're in a final year in high school and really worry about the upcoming event, 수능, I just want you to know that there are people like me who didn't get into the good university in Korea but still happy with their life. I've been getting quite a lot of emails about university, but most of them are asking me the reputation of certain university, such as, hi, I'm thinking about going into this and this university, but which one has better reputation? Do you think people around me would think that I get into the good university? Which I do not have the answer because honestly, I do not really care about the reputation of university and I do not know about other universities' reputation. But this question got me thinking how I chose universities back in high school. For those of you who don't know, in high school in Korea, you don't get to choose the subject that you want to focus on. You just kind of have to study all of the subjects. I couldn't do that. I couldn't get great marks from every subject. I was like one of the confusing one. I did get great marks from several subjects such as Korean literature, arts, history maybe, PE, of course. But yeah, the average was not good enough to get into good university in Korea. And when I found out that I couldn't get into my dream university, I was depressed. I was really depressed because people around me were giving me the pressure that if you couldn't get into above a certain level of university, then your life is gonna get f***ed. And I was like, oh shit, I failed my life. But I was only 19. So yeah, I was really depressed. And I was actually thinking about repeating the year just to get a better grade. But my parents knew me. My parents knew that I wasn't gonna get any better grades. I was quite upset back then, but I realized that that was a great choice. I'm so glad that my parents didn't let me repeating the year. So I was really, really depressed, just like other students who didn't get the best mark. But I realized that I hated school. I always hated school. I like hanging out with my friends. I like studying my favorite subject in school, but I always hate the fact that I have to study what I do not want to study just to be able to choose the course that I want to study in the future. It is what it is. I couldn't get the great marks to get into the university that I was dreaming of. But I still had to plan my life. Just because I couldn't get into one of the top 10, 20 university in Korea doesn't really mean that my life is a failure. And I realized that I can finally choose the subject that I want to study. So when I was looking for the university, it was already 8 years ago. Wow, 8 years. Okay, anyways, there were only two conditions. One, I want to study what I want to study. I always wanted to study film, journalism, media, arts. So the course has to be one of them. Second, I want to experience university abroad. So the university has to have some kind of special relationships with university abroad. Those are the only conditions that I wanted. And the reputation of university is the last thing that I cared. back then, quite a lot of Korean students chose their course based on their grade, which means even if they don't like the course, they just choose it anyway just to get into the university that has better reputation and then change their course after 2 years. For me, it sounds like wasting time. I didn't want that. I could have changed the course and got into a better university, but I didn't do it because I couldn't repeat all the school years. I always hated schools because I couldn't study what I want to study, and I couldn't just, do that again. So I got into Busan 외국어 대학교 back in 2012, which is not a great university if you are comparing to top 10, 20 university in Korea. But I didn't really care. I could study what I wanted to study, and there were some programs that I could apply to go to university abroad. I got what I wanted. So I was quite happy. One of the popular questions that I got was, why did you choose England to study? It is very simple. England was the only option. Again, I didn't want to change my course. I wanted to simply continue to study what I was studying, and Bradford University accepts all the modules that I was studying back in Korea. So I could just easily transfer to this university without changing the course. So the first thing that I did was reading all the module handbooks of each module. And when I saw the curriculums they have, I really liked it. All modules seemed really fun to me, and I wanted to do it. Simple. That's why I decided to come to the UK. It's not like I wanted to learn British English. I wanted to try British University. It was the only option that I could choose. So I chose the option. So what I'm trying to say is that it's great if you get into the university that has a great reputation, but it is also important for you to choose what you really want to learn from university. I didn't decide to go to university just to get a better job. I decided to go to university to learn. These days, university is like a step for, the better job, but I don't really think it that way. This might not be the popular opinion, but this is something that I stick to. I came to university to learn. All of the experiences that I got from university made me who I am, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm quite proud of myself. So if you got into one of the top university in your country, that's good for you. I really respect that. But just because you couldn't get into a great university, it doesn't mean that your life is a failure. Everyone has different lives. Everyone has their own plans. It is important to find the way that works for you rather than just following what everybody does around you. I seriously don't think I'm the person who can give any advices to people because I'm not the best example. I am just living my life and I'm trying to find what kind of person I am. I'm not saying you should listen to me, but I'm just saying there are some people like me who didn't get into good university but still happy with their lives and proud of what they're doing. So if you're thinking about changing university to the UK, or if you are in final year in high school and really worry about the upcoming event, just try to find what you really want to learn. If you're enjoying with the course in university, then you're gonna learn a lot from it. But for the high schoolers, please try your best to get the best mark you can have. Even if you don't get the mark that you wanted, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I was actually talking about this stuff with my boyfriend, James. I was wondering if British people also put the reputation of university first. And he said the people who got into good university that is hard to get into can be winner, but it doesn't make other people losers. I didn't go to one of the great universities in England, in Korea as well. but I don't feel insecure about my degrees. Is that weird? So yeah, I just want to say there are people like me. I'm so sorry if I didn't reply you back. It's more like I don't have the answer and I don't feel like I can give you any advice on those questions. So I recommend you to go to the website of the university that you're thinking about and search your course. Most of them have their module handbooks. Just try to read all of them and think about how you feel about them. If you think, oh, they're quite interesting, then it's a good sign. But if you think, I don't know what they're talking about and I don't think I'm gonna be good at it, then try to find another course that would interest you. Try to plan your life again. It's another chapter of your life. Try not to think about what other people think. Just you do you. Wow, that was cringy. Okay, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy watching it and see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.